Hello everyone again, welcome to Fusion360 Tips. In this video we're going to talk about lofts. Now what is a loft? A loft is kind of similar to a sweep in a way, except instead of following a path that you have drawn with a line, you actually will use planes in order to create this. Now why would you use this? You could say, let's say you wanted to make a vase and you didn't want to use the revolve feature. This is another way that you could go about doing it. So we'll go ahead and go here. And as you can see, I have a circle on our basic plane, our 0, 0 plane. And as you can see, I've offset multiple circles on these. Now, how did I do that? Well, we're going to go ahead and go to our offset plane. So if you go to your construct tab, we'll go to offset plane. If you click that and you highlight a plane that you want to build off of, so let's say we want to build off of this one, you can in fact bring up this plane to match here. So we got 40 millimeters up. We could then hit OK, and then you can resize this to whatever size you want. You can click on it and create a sketch on that plane. So now it is on our z-axis and it is above our 0, 0, our basic workspace plane. And you can start building off of those. So that's how you do that. Now, what we'll go ahead and do with our loft is we'll go here. This is what our loft tool looks like. You can also go down here to loft. And basically what you want to do is you want to go ahead and start and click on the profile that you want to start at. So let's say we click here. We'll then go over to our next one. As you can see, it made a contact point from the very bottom one to the next one. We'll go ahead and click here. As you can see, it contacted here and contacted this one. So now we have, let's just call this a vase or a flower holder, or whatever you want to call it, and we are now able to kind of manipulate it, if you will. We have these little handles on each of these planes of these circles that we have created, and we can go ahead and mess with them to kind of modify how they look, how they're going to be aesthetically. So you can go ahead and shrink things or make a little wider and so on and so forth. And so why would you do this? So let's say let's just say that this circle was 20 millimeters. Let's say that you wanted to make a vase and you wanted it to start bowing out, or the most that you ever want it to bow out would be at this point here. That's just say 40 millimeters above this plane. You could widen this circle, and then you can begin to bring the circle back in. And you can even go back into your sketches. So this would be our third sketch that we put on a plane, and you could resize this to kind of manipulate it even more. So if you don't like the size, you can always go back and change it. And you can also change this. Now you can even go even further. I have created another circle that is at an angle. So if you want, you could even make a little bit of a bend in it too, and you can manipulate that as well. It is kind of similar, as I said, like a sweep, but a little different. Instead of following a path of a line, you are essentially making planes at different heights and extruding to them and making it wider and slimming them down as you wish. So technically you could make, like I said in the last video with the sweeps, if you wanted to make a coffee mug handle, you could probably technically do it this too. You could even use an ellipse to make an oval shape like a normal coffee mug would, and you can use this for any shape really. You could probably, I would imagine you could anyway, take a square and a circle. I haven't tried it, so don't quote me on that. But essentially that is one way to use your loft. You could also go ahead and put on our XY plane. We go ahead and make this about 50 millimeters. So I'm not going to worry about extruding it just for this demonstration. But I will say we will click on our offset plane. We will bring up our plane to 70. We will create our sketch. We'll make this one a little bit larger. We'll make it 100 millimeters. Okay, and then we can loft this to this, just like so. Let's say you wanted to hollow this out. You could go in 40 And we'll go ahead and go back over to our other sketch up top and create the sketch. And so it'd be 100, let's just do 90 millimeters. You could even loft a hole from here to here. And now you have a hollowed hole. Pretty neat. So that's kind of very basic demonstration of how a loft works. It's very, very handy. As I have said in most of the tools, they're very handy to have once you know how to use them properly. That kind of ends this video. So what we'll be talking about next video, it will probably be, we'll probably move on to the hole. I don't really use these a whole lot, but we can indeed later go over them. So hopefully you stick around for the next video. We're going to continue going through each one so you can get a comprehensive idea of how these tools work. Like I said, if these videos are helpful, I would appreciate if you would like, share, comment, subscribe, get engaged, and hope to see you in the next video. Until next time.